Well, I think you've got yourself a new evil quarterstaff there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody else has any intention to take it, because I don't know if I'll ever use it.
But, on Yester Hill, breaking it might be important.
Yeah.
That might be really useful, yeah.
Because if we face
we go up against 30 of those things again.
Yeah.
300.
Ugh,
I do like Hypnotic Pattern.
that's a cool spell.
Yeah.
That worked really well. That made that fight, ridiculously simple.
That's the point.
I like the fact that I can use Booming Blade with the Sun Sword and do so much damage.
Yeah.
And that means I don't have to cast Magic Weapon anymore.
Which is handy.
Yeah, because it's a concentration spell, so now I can use my concentration spell on Shield of Faith, and then that brings my armor class of 20 to 22.
Oh, good. That is 5 greater than my AC.
Then if it gets really bad, I can cast Shield, and then that brings it up to 27. I'll be good.
It's 10 greater than me.
My AC is 16, and it will most likely stay that way.
Yeah. I don't think mine will ever really go up that much.
But that's a great thing to have since I have no hit points. So I gotta get hit less.
What do you
Right.
need hit points for? You've got a paladin now.
Exactly.
He's carrying 25 hit points around in his pocket that he can account for.
I still don't want to get hit. It messes up my outfit.
What are you talking about? You hardly have any outfit.
Exactly. Gotta keep whatever little there is on.
Why?
It'd be really bad luck if they actually hit clothing.
Yeah, Serenity pops 1 stitch. We got to change the rating on this show.
Yeah. NC-17, something like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys know it's Thursday and not Friday? Because I didn't. Anyways, sorry.
We play on
So-
Thursdays.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're all on the same page as far as the evil thing. So we'll just, feel free to play your character and go where it takes you. And, unless something happens in the story that would, take agency away from your character,
Right.
it'll be up to the other PCs how to handle that if that happens. So
Sounds good.
yeah. And I'm happy with that because one of the major themes of Ravenloft is being corrupted by it. So it's kind of fun that at least, 1 or 2 of you are maybe interested in exploring that because I think that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I look at Finn and that staff.
Definitely
Word.
has a new.
I think my brother would love that staff.
Yes.
And as far as alignment, the important thing to me is that the alignment on your sheet matches the way you play your character. I don't really care about enforcing alignment. So, if you're playing your character and you have written down, I don't know, neutral good, and you're like, I really play my character more chaotic neutral, then just change it to chaotic neutral. No biggie. It's descriptive, not prescriptive. Yeah.
Ooh.
Somebody really smart said that. It wasn't me. I don't know who said that. Somebody said that.
You just said it.
I said it. That's right. I said it first. You heard it here first.
Well, we heard it first from you, so it counts.
It does.
All right.
Okay, so we're supposed to take the shipment of wine back to the city.
If you would like.
Yes. Yes, we are.
And
So-
Mule can see the giant, amazing city we come from.
Oh, yes.
I don't come from there. I come from the forest.
Well, yeah, of course. But Mule, how did you get here? I missed that part. I asked as soon as you eat some pizza.
As soon as he stops his face.
He
I know.
traveled through the forest and wandered through the trees.
There was some mist.
He
Yeah,
sat within the mist and landed at our knees.
See?
yeah.
Lock it, don't lock it.
My character was on his way to the Sword Coast because I heard about basically some undead were cropping up outside a village, and I was going to go deal with it. And then I encountered the mists, and then after that, I wandered around for a little bit, and then came across the inn, and there was fighting to be done, so I started fighting.
Excellent.
But yeah, my donkey and I got sucked up by the mists.
You have a donkey?
Yes, it's my what's the spell called?
Namesake?
No, it's the
Fine steed.
Fine steed. So
Right.
I can't actually ride it. My character never learned to ride because he grew up as a farmer. But essentially, the donkey carries all of his gear and stuff, and he can summon it.
Nice.
So it's kind of like a walking pocket dimension.
Mm-hmm.
I can communicate with her telepathically, and
Hee-haw.
I think she can talk. I'm not entirely sure. She chooses not
It
to.
can talk, I can fly. That's
Mule is convinced the donkey can talk.
Aw.
Whether or not the donkey actually talks, who knows?
Okay, so it can understand one language. It doesn't say that it can talk.
Or you understand what it's saying.
Mm-hmm. It's
Of course,
fey
being
donkey,
a-
so it
being a
understands
donkey
Elvish.
Being a donkey, it pretends not to understand, though.
They donkey.
Hey, donkey. Named Darling, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are staying the night here. They'll cook you some dinner and whatnot. So you have opportunity to interact with these people if you want to ask them questions or anything.
What's the name of the leader here?
His name is Davian.
Davian.
So where's my notebook? So the people you're dealing with here is Davian. His wife has passed away. He has his eldest son Adrian, who is an adult. His youngest son Elver is here, and his adult daughter Stefania. And then Stefania has a husband, Dag Tomescu, and together they have 4 children. They have a teenage boy named Claudu, a young boy named Martin, another young boy named Vigo, and then a baby girl named Yolanda. And Erwin, who is the innkeeper and the owner of the Blue Water Inn, is Davian's middle son. And they are not on speaking terms.
And so we spend the night, and I asked Davian to tell me a story of how his family and how they got here. Do these people feel like they have souls?
Yeah, these
Spark.
people seem to. You're not sure about the baby girl because she's so young, but the rest of them seem to. And Davian tells you, the history of their family goes back, farther than they have any knowledge of. They've lived in Barovia for longer than they can remember, and at some point through marriage, they came into possession of this winery quite a few generations ago, and ever since then they make wine.
What
That's
about
they
the
do.
wizard who the winery's named after? What can you tell us about that?
They don't really know anything about the wizard. It's so long ago, other than the fact that there was a wizard. That's all that's really remembered. They don't know his name or really anything about him or what happened to him.
I want to know if they've always had trouble with the druids, or if the druids have only recently become basically evil.
Well, the druids have always been the way they are. They worship Strahd, and they basically do his bidding. But it's only recently that they've been harassing the winery. But they know when they went and tried to attack them on Yester Hill, that they've got something going on over on Yester Hill. They were doing like weird sacrifices and rituals and stuff. So
What
they're
kind
up
of
to something.
sacrifices? Human?
It looked like animal from what he saw, but he didn't really get a good look. It could have been human. If it was probably children, because the carcasses were pretty small. Just kind of disturbing thought, but
I'm disturbed.
so it's obvious you guys aren't from around here. How long have you been in Barovia?
And how long have we been? Just like a couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's been probably a week at most. Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
We've
Week or
been
two.
here. We're kind of like long time residents. We've been here a week.
I just got here.
I've
Yeah.
been here for like 16 minutes.
Well, he tells you, it's commonly believed by the people here in Barovia that Strahd is a curse upon the land and upon them for some horrible thing that their ancestors did that's been long forgotten. But it's a common belief that they're being punished for something bad that they did long ago. And
No.
Strahd is the punishment.
Sounds like I was brought to the right place.
Indeed, anything we can do to bring this land back to its natural order.
And they tell you that, occasionally people come into this land from other places, from far, far away. But once people get here, they're basically stuck here. People that try to leave through the mists choke on the mists, and those
Yes, they
that
do.
persist are never heard from again.
Except for the Vistani.
Yes, except for the Vistani. For some reason, they seem able to travel the mists and leave. They can even leave Barovia, it said.
They bring back wine.
Yeah, and they come back for some strange reason. Which
Well,
Davian's
maybe
like,
that's why
if
they're
we
allowed
could
to leave.
Yeah, if we could
Why?
leave, we wouldn't come back.
No,
Yeah,
like
no.
maybe because they intend to come back, they're able to leave. Like they're not trying to escape; they're just stepping out for a minute.
And
Going
he,
out
Gotta
to the
run
wine
bank.
store.
he tells you that
Buy some smokes.
other visitors like yourselves that have come from other places tend to either die or disappear. They're not usually around long for
Oh.
whatever reason.
Well, I've lived a long life. I don't fear death any longer.
Oh dear.
Oh, I've been around for a little bit, especially by your count, but prefer not to be dead.
But you were asking about the wizard, and he says, well, if you're interested in wizards, it's said that there is an insane wizard in the area over by the the foothills of Mount Baratok.
Ooh.
And he is also like yourselves, he is an outsider.
A mad wizard in the foothills of Mount Baratok. Where is Mount Baratok?
Isn't that a little redundant? I mean, all wizards are mad, right?
Uh-huh.
You have to be to mess with that kind of power.
They're sometimes just grumpy.
I happen to enjoy being a wizard.
See?
All right, so I'll add some stuff to the map here.
Yeah, and does he know anything about Baba Lysaga? Speaking of outsiders.
He knows that she creates these animated scarecrows that serve her and do her bidding. He believes she's in possession of one of the gems, which, by the way, he said the gems are about the size of a pine cone. You can hold them in your hand, and they glow with an inner green light. But she's holed up in the ruins of Berez, and he's pretty sure she's got one of the gems that were stolen. All right, let's put some labels on here. Text.
I think we should go check that one out. Like Kismet go reunite with his former friend.
Thank you.
Well,
That
are you
we
wanting
rest-
revenge or are you wanting avoidance?
Well, I don't think avoidance is a permanent solution here.
All right.
Gotta face your fears, and sometimes you gotta cut their heads off. Hey, you already have her finger.
I do have
Yeah.
a finger.
Might as well increase your collection. Get a toe.
Maybe even a head on a stick,
Yeah.
Can we figure out? Did we ever go to the old bone grinder?
No,
We
did
have not.
Okay. We
You
walk
know,
right
it's-
by it.
Yeah, it's a bad place. We know that.
But we do have a deed for it, which means we can open
We
it
own
up
it.
and have our own place. Yeah.
I believe
Gotta
Ren owns it.
Gotta get it notarized.
So that's Yester Hill. Okay.
Oh,
Nearby.
Oh, actually, Mount Bartok is already marked on the map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's over
they're in the
there.
far north.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Not even a
see.
road there.
Well, you know,
So where's Hester Hill?
it's, south of the winery. Super close to it. On the west edge of the map. About
you.
2/3 of the way from the top. Or a third
Oh, I
away
see
from
it.
the bottom.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, when you said West Edge, that helped.
All right, Ruins of Berez is over here. Put a label there.
That's the Baba, yeah.
Yeah, which I guess you guys already knew that, didn't you? But you didn't know the
Yeah,
name
we did,
of it.
but the label disappeared. Some magic took it away.
So what's our next move then? The druids, since they're close by?
Well, we gotta go back to the Blue Water Inn or whatever it's called.
In Valaki, because we're gonna drop off the.
Well, I don't think they would mind if we hit Yester Hill first. They would hold this shipment for us, I'm sure.
Or we could, instead of sleeping, just go to Wester Hill during the night
Yeah.
That'd
and
be
then
good.
come back in the morning.
Yeah. Why don't we
Not-
do that?
Traveling these hills during the night. Yeah.
I think to make it sporting, we should blindfold ourselves.
It's just the one hill.
Slabs of meat around our fresh bodies.
Yeah,
I'm fine with traveling by night. I can see farther than anything else. I'm good.
I have a lantern.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I want the long rest.
Oh yeah, well I'll take a long rest.
All right.
Oh,
In that case,
that's
we have
fair.
to go there in the morning.
Okay.
There's,
Do our hosts mind if we visit the hill before we escort the wine?
No, that's fine. They can hold it for you until you come back.
Don't drink it all.
hey man, dealer never does his own supply, I'm sure.
Mm,
That's good.
good rules of business.
Oh, so that's what I did wrong. Anyway,
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna go to Capitol Hill.
Yeah, I like the idea of Yester Hill.
Yesterhill.
Yester
All my
Hill.
troubles seem so far away.
Yes.
Now I know that they are hill to stay.
Hill to stay. There'll be hill to pay.
Oh, and he also tells you of this small town over here called
Oh,
Krezek.
where?
Krezek. Oh, I wonder if that was the cave that he delivered stuff to.
Oh yeah. Now you're thinking with portals.
Such a good game.
All right, so the plan is to rest here for the night and then head to Yester Hill.
Yesterhill.
All right.
Mr. Yesterhill, I assume. Someone get the Hobbit.
Underhill? Mr. Underhill?
Mr. Underhill, I presume.
Awesome. Well, I think this is a good place to stop for now, and we're almost at our time. I appreciate you letting me know what you plan to do next, so I know what to be ready for.
Help things.
The list of things to do is long.
Yeah, you guys have a lot of possible things you could do.
This isn't even the original thing. I spilled a cup of tea on my desk, and so a lot of my paperwork got ruined. That was fun.
Oh, actually, tea makes it look old and whatnot. That's a cool thing to do for maps.
Yeah, well.
And sticky. Sticky is less good.
Sticky's less good.
But in other news, my desk is like cleaner than it's ever been, I think. It'll get scrubbed down.
So, Doug, we do milestone XP in this campaign. So just when you achieve certain things, you just gain a level. We don't worry about XP and stuff.
Excellent.
And you guys just gained 5th level, so it'll probably be 5th level for another session or two, I imagine.
Yep, makes sense.
So
cool. Well, thanks everyone for a great session.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was. I imagine she was quite surprised when she came too.
Yeah,
in the rope mummy.
Yeah.
And welcome, Doug, to the group. It's great to have you.
Thanks. Thanks for inviting me along to play.
Oh, I just want to say that Doug is a great artist, and you can find him in basically everything I've published. And if anybody out there is a publisher, Doug's got to talk to Doug.
Yeah, actually, Doug, do you have a website or DeviantArt or anything like that?
I'm actually between portfolio websites at the moment.
Okay. Fair enough.
I actually have a Reddit thread I just posted with a body of my work from the past year. I can post it in the chat.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Please do.
Check it out.
I actually created a subreddit for enterprising artists who are looking to connect with people needing art. So if I can shamelessly plug that, I would love that.
Yeah.
We're all about shameless plugs here, Doug.
Yeah, totally. This whole game is a shameless plug.
When I was doing my Kickstarter, I was plugging every time.
Okay, so here is the thread, and the subreddit is just called /r/tabletop artists. And John, if you look at that link, my character that I'm playing now is the second picture in that gallery.
Oh, cool. I will.
Okay, well, I will see you guys.
Thank you so much, and I'll be looking at your art.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna check that out.
Thursday.
Sounds good.
Adios.
Bye, guys. Nice meeting y'all.
Yeah.
Good meeting you.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Well, there we go. That was the end of our 6th session now. So right here beside Strahd. So yeah, hopefully we'll be back on our weekly schedule now. Every Thursday at 3:30 Pacific, we play for 4 hours, and having a lot of fun with this campaign. And we've got 5 players now, so I think stream will be more regular now, because if someone misses, we can still do it. We've got 4 people, and yeah, starting to delve into the mysteries of Ravenloft, and I'm really interested to see what happens next week on Yester Hill. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you'll come back next week. And if you're new to the stream, I have all of these up on the YouTube channel, so you can go watch the earlier episodes if you want. And I also have other actual plays. I've got lots of D&D stuff. I've got Numenera, the Fantasy Flight game, Star Wars, Edge of the Empire, Force and Destiny, all kinds of good stuff. And once again, I produce a tabletop RPG podcast called Game Master's Journey, and you can find that at starwalkerstudios.com. You can find all my podcasts I produce there, and I hope you'll check it out. And I love D&D. I love Ravenloft. I love this adventure. I love this campaign. I'm planning to do at least one review of it soon on the podcast. I think what I may do is sometime in the next few weeks, I'm going to do a review. And then I think I may do another one later once we're further in the campaign. Because, I might have different things to say after I've run more of it. But just from reading the whole thing and what I've run so far, it's a fantastic campaign. Definitely my favorite of the ones put out for 5th edition so far. So if you're a DM and you're looking for a good campaign to run and you want something published, definitely check out Curse of Strahd. And again, if you dig the maps, these are high-res versions of the maps that were provided by the artist cartographer that made them, Mike Schley. And there's a link to his site in the description, and you can go check him out and not only get these maps, but he's got all kinds of awesome maps. So definitely check that out. And thanks for watching. See you next week.